Let's make a summer-themed pasta dish with summer squash, corn, and basil in a delicious lemony white wine sauce. Let's get started. On my way home from work, I stopped by my local farmer's market to pick up some more summer squash. I had harvested a few from my garden and wanted to make a pasta dish, but I didn't have quite enough. I picked up a fun striped zucchini and a couple of teeny patty pan squashes. Also this humongous heirloom tomato and some pretty flowers because self-care. This market is held once a week during the summer, located at a nearby community garden and arboretum. It's so pretty here. I linked the garden in the description box below if you're interested. I got distracted walking around the community garden and eventually made my way home.
Get on with it.
So let's make pasta. These are the squash I'll be cooking for the pasta. My sister gave me this beast of a patty pan squash. And these 3 lemon squash are from my garden. Aren't they cute? The zucchini and the tiny patty pans are from the market. I have way more than I need here, but I'm not sure what I'll find when I cut open the big patty pan and zucchini, so it's good to have enough. First, I'm slicing up some aromatics. Today I'll cut up a shallot and some garlic. The garlic I had ended up being total trash, so I threw it out and had to use garlic instead. I would prefer fresh garlic, but sometimes you gotta improvise. I will also need the zest and juice from 1 lemon. Now I'm going to slice up the squash. These types of summer squash have tender skins, so no need to peel them. Most of them have minimal seeds. I'm going for bite-sized pieces sliced thinly. If you have a mandolin or slicer, you could use that as well. I'd like to add some grated cheese, so I'll grate up about half a cup of pecorino romano, because that's what I have. You could also use Parmesan. Last, I'll cut up about 2 tablespoons of roasted red peppers. I'm switching to another cutting board so the pepper oil doesn't stain my wooden board. I'm cutting it into strips. Before I get started, I'm going to toast up a cup of corn kernels in a dry cast iron pan. This is such a summer-themed dish. Wouldn't grilled corn on the cob kernels be so much better? But I don't have any, so this is my substitute. I'm just tossing this over a medium-high heat until the kernels get a little color on them. I'll set those aside and get the pasta going. Now in a large skillet over medium-high heat, add some olive oil, and when that's hot, add your shallot and stir until it starts to wilt. Add the garlic and stir until fragrant. I'm adding about half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Feel free to add more or less. Now I'm adding the last of this white wine. It's about half a cup. Stir and scrape up the brown bits. And when that starts to bubble, you can add the lemon juice. I'm letting it simmer and reduce a bit before I add the squash. These are the 3 types of squash: lemon, patty pan, and zucchini. Once those are in, add salt and pepper. Cook for a couple of minutes until the squash starts to soften. Then add the roasted red pepper, lemon zest, and corn kernels. Stir until those are hot and then add your cooked pasta, grated cheese, and torn basil leaves. This looks like a lot of pasta because that's what I like, but you go ahead and use less. Stir until the cheese is melted and it's done. Serve with more torn basil leaves and more cheese if you like. I have a couple of helpers in the kitchen today, so it's time to pay the cheese tax. I put a link to the recipe in the description. Although I wasn't really following a recipe and kind of made it up as I went, so you could easily modify this to suit your taste. Let me know in the comments if you tried it and if you liked it. Here are a couple of my favorite pasta recipes if you'd like to try another. Thanks again for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.